Hi, I'm Patricia Snyder. This presentation addresses the need for training on coordinating effective workgroup meetings. This training would focus on coordination skills for workgroup leaders so that they can increase the effectiveness of the meetings that we are expecting them to conduct. We currently lack a formal training for this process, even though it's a common problem throughout the United States, with one study estimating that in 2019, $399 billion will be lost due to poor organization, confusion, loss of focus, and irrelevance of meetings. Workgroups are an effective avenue for creating solutions to situations that challenge us. It draws on the collective knowledge and problem-solving skills of a variety of stakeholders, involving staff in generating solutions to the problems that they face on a daily basis. Workgroup effectiveness increases when coordinators understand principles that allow them to prepare a meeting, help it be focused, and practice follow-up. Those responsible for leading workgroups, especially those who don't have support such as agenda preparation and follow-up, would benefit from a fundamental knowledge of meeting practices so that they can deliver the structure and support that encourages workgroup members to participate. Because we have a number of work sites and ongoing work groups that morph and change leadership, this training would be generated as an on-demand electronic learning without the need for classroom instruction. I believe that we as a whole can benefit from my years of facilitation experience. I have been able to advance goals that had stalled, and workgroup participants have expressed how they have been satisfied with my process and that they felt like they could continue to engage with the workgroup. I recognize that this training will not deliver advanced facilitation. However, I believe that it can address basic practices within 20 minutes. As a result, the intellectual skills gained by leaders for work groups will result in more efficient and effective meetings, accomplishment of goals, and an increase in morale and employee engagement as they see their results coming to light. The first task for an effective meeting is to build and distribute an agenda. To do that, you must first understand the purpose of an agenda so that you can support meeting preparation and allow a focus to be on accomplishment of goals. Second, you want to be able to compare possible agenda items based on categories such as participant availability, what are their expectations, and timeliness of meeting your goals. You next need to understand how to construct an agenda and then be able to distribute it. During the meeting, it's important to start with a focus on what you want to accomplish during your time together. This includes orienting participants to the agenda and making sure that they understand what's expected. Ideas often come up, and you don't want to lose that or the enthusiasm behind that. However, you do want to make progress. You can use a parking lot to benefit both the group and individuals. At the end of the meeting, you'll want to use the practice of summarizing so that actions are captured in the form of SMART goals and they're assigned to specific workgroup members so that you know that they'll make progress. Meeting follow-up can include distribution of minutes or at least making sure that the identified actions are remembered by the group, a decision about how to store the parking lot and how it will be used in the future, and efforts to engage members between meetings so that they don't lose focus and are able to progress between your time together. Common questions that one might ask of a subject matter expert regarding this topic include, what criteria will assist a workgroup coordinator with evaluating proposed agenda topic items? How would SMART goal identification help with meeting progress? And how could a parking lot benefit workgroup members on an individual and group basis? Now let's take a look at the performance objectives for this proposed training. At the conclusion of the training, participants will be able to identify the purpose and components of an agenda, evaluate responses to agenda item solicitation, and construct an agenda. They'll also be able to identify use of common meeting facilitation strategies, including introductory orientation, use of a parking lot, and generation of SMART goals. And finally, they'll be able to identify and evaluate options for following up on workgroup meetings, including storage and use of minutes and parking lot items, and ongoing engagement with workgroup members. How will we know if our objectives have been met? For the first objective, which is the pre-work for the meeting, participants will be expected to construct an agenda by selecting and placing appropriate elements in a template, using drag and drop if we have that technology available, or if not, we can use multiple choice. For our second objective, which focuses on what happens during the meeting, a multiple choice quiz will evaluate the understanding of reasons for an introductory orientation, the parking lot, and the meaning of the SMART acronym, which relates to goals. Our third and final objective focuses on what happens after the meeting. We'll measure this through short answer questions. Participants will be asked to reflect on where the minutes and parking lot will be stored, any specific challenges related to their work group, and how they will engage with workgroup members once the meeting has concluded. This reflection will allow the participants to apply the training specifically to their tasks. In conclusion, the challenge of effective workgroup coordination presents an opportunity to enhance employee morale, reduce stress, and increase company efficiency through delivering skills that will help leaders of workgroups create a more effective and enjoyable experience. They just need to know how to do that.